What is going on, Life Fitness Coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives, Make Money on the Trainer podcast. It's your boy, Brian Mark. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the one decision that made me $25 million. Now, my hope with today's podcast is to help you break free from the trap that you've currently put yourself in where you can't grow. Your business isn't growing, you're not advancing, you're not progressing. And it's almost like every week you wake up to fucking Groundhog Day and you're doing the same shit over and over and over and over again. You're putting forth the effort over and over and over again. You're studying over and over and over again, but it's just not paying off. And for some reason, you can't find a way to break through. You can't find a way to hit the next level. And you're wondering if there's something wrong with you. And the reality is there's nothing wrong with you. There's only something wrong with the strategy. And so I'm going to give you the one decision that I made in my life that made me $25 million. And I've been making this one decision for the last 10 years. It's this idea that, you cannot outgrow the environment that you're currently in without stimulation from an outside perspective. Because let's be honest, like all of us are victims of conditioning. Like all of us are victims of the environment that we grew up in. All of us are just simply products of what our parents taught us or what school taught us or what university taught us. Like we're all products of our upbringings. And so for you to advance and hit the next fucking level in your life, you absolutely must make this decision. You absolutely must find a resource that is exactly where you want to be, exactly where you want to get to. You must find not only a source of inspiration, but you must find a source of strategy. You must find a source of blueprint. You must find a source of like, what is the step-by-step process? And so the one decision that I made in my life that made me $25 million was the hardest decision I ever had to make, because when I was making it, I was facing all of my limitations. All the limitations of like, what if this doesn't fucking work? Or, what if I like fail miserably? Or what if I end up going bankrupt? Or what if I have to go back to work for somebody else? Like, what if I get embarrassed? What if I get rejected? What if I'm not qualified, capable, worthy, talented enough, etc.? Like I had to face all of those limitations when I made this one decision, because it was something that was like, there was like my old self was like pulling me back. And so even though I had these goals, dreams, and aspirations of becoming the best versions of myself, like making millions of dollars, being able to have an impact on the planet, like being able to be like high fucking level, like even though these were all of my goals, dreams, and aspirations, for some reason, my old self kept pulling me back. How many of you guys feel like that? Where it's like you want to hit the next level, then there's like your old self that's telling you to sleep in, that's telling you to fucking skip the gym, that's telling you eat shitty food, that's telling you not like eat like dense nutrients. Like that's your old self. And so this one decision that I made that made me $25 million started back when I was in fitness. And when I was in fitness, it was when I was competing. So I had done 3 fitness competitions, and every single show that I'd ever done, I trained myself for, because I'm a fucking G and I don't need outside help. And I got this shit. And I had this ego and I wanted to like have this as a part of my brand. Like I did this shit myself. And finally, there was my third ever fitness competition. I ended up traveling to Montreal and I placed second out of 35 athletes. And I literally remember training for that show. And I was like, there's literally nothing I could have done differently. Like I practiced my posing. I was fucking perfect on my diet. I was perfect on my cardio. Like I didn't break on my diet once. And I thought I was going to win. And when I placed second, I realized that I wasn't making the decision. And this was the first time in my life that I had been truly humbled and truly like put in my place in terms of like where I stand in this fucking world. And so when I placed second at that show, I made a decision. And this one decision changed my fucking life forever. I made the decision to put myself in the fucking room. And so what I did is I found the best coach in Calgary at the time that was turning people pro. And I went to him humbly and I said, I've tried everything to break through to my goal of being a champion, and I haven't been able to do it. And I know that you're the guy that turns people pro, and I'm humbling myself and I'm asking for your help. And I ended up hiring him as a coach. And hiring him as a coach cost me about 6 grand overall in total for the next year. I was like fucking whatever, 200 something every week or every 2 weeks, something like that. Cost me a total of 6 grand. And I remember in that moment when I hired him, like I had come to a point where it no longer mattered how much it cost. I had come to a point where like I was willing to pretty much go broke to be a champion. Like that was the level that I was willing to play at. And so I trained with this guy for the next 6 months for my next fitness competition. And sure enough, at my next fitness competition, not only did he give me the tools and the diet and the workout to become a champion, he gave me the mindset. He gave me the mindset rituals. He gave me the winner affirmations. He gave me the literal fucking blueprint to become a champion. And then in those next 6 months, I turned myself into a champion underneath his guidance. And that's when I realized, holy fuck, if I would have done this sooner, I would have already been a champion. And that's when I realized I just need to put myself in the fucking room. And so as I was trying to grow my online fitness business, I remember there was this person in Calgary that was making $25,000 a month. That had 100 clients. And so I asked her to mentor me. I was like, can you fucking teach me? And we would go out for coffee and we would sit down and I'd come with a fucking pen and paper and I would just ask her questions. I would write notes and I used those fucking principles to build Aesthetic Nation. And that's how we built to $10,000 a month. And once we were at $10,000 to $15,000 a month, I started hiring trainers to work for me. And, I had 5 or 6 trainers working for me and I needed to figure out how to get more leads. And so I knew a guy that was really fucking good at getting leads. So I put myself in the room and I said, yo, how much do you charge? He said, 15 grand. I was like, teach me your fucking tricks. I put myself in the room and I learned from him and I studied underneath his guidance. And as a result of studying underneath his guidance, our business grew from $15,000 to $50,000 a month because I put myself in the fucking room. Then I was thinking about growing PT Domination and I had all this knowledge now. I was like, this is how to grow a fitness business. And I knew that a lot of personal trainers would need this knowledge, but I didn't know how to package it. So I found somebody that could turn my knowledge of how to grow a successful online coaching business into a step-by-step course. I found out that he was $15,000. It was $15K that I didn't have extra in the bank, but I fucking paid it without hesitation. Because if I knew that if I just put myself in the room and I learned from this motherfucker, that I would get those results. I've done that my entire career. It's the one decision that you're not making. And it's that one decision to put yourself in the room. And this is the only thing that I believe leads to true success. Because there's nothing that will advance you faster than being around people that have the result that you want. There's nothing that will get you to your goals faster than being around the person that is currently at the level that you aspire to be. Because it's not just what you learn from them in terms of the step-by-step tactics and strategies. It's also what you pick up from their energy. It's also what you pick up from their community. It's also the way that they act, the way that they speak, the way that they talk, and you start realizing that if you just emulate those character traits and you implement them in your own life, you will get the result that they have. We did this with fucking Bedros. Bedros was $100,000 for 12 months of coaching. Cole and I paid it without hesitation because I knew if I just put myself in the room that I'd learn, the strategies necessary to grow my business. I did this with Devin Giotto. Devin Giotto cost me 10 grand a month. I put myself in the room because I knew if I wanted to level up my content, I needed to be around somebody that was at that fucking level. $10,000 a month is a lot of money. I don't care how much money you're making, but I put myself in the fucking room. Put myself in the room with Adley, which was $100,000 for 6 months. But I knew if I hung out with Adley and I was around Adley and I got coaching from Adley that a lot of my videos would start to go viral. And they did because I put myself in the fucking room. And so it's this idea that I'm just going to keep putting myself in the room over and over and over again every single day so that I can advance and I can hit the next level in my coaching business and in my life. And this one decision to continue to put myself in the room over and over and over again without hesitation is why I continue to ascend. And I want you to hear me when I say this is it doesn't matter what level that you're currently at. Like if you're making $5,000 a month and you know that there's a room where people are making $20,000 a month, put yourself in the fucking room. If you're making $20,000 a month and you know that there's a room where people are making $100,000 a month, put yourself in the room. Get around the environment so that you can not only learn the strategies, you can not only learn the tactics, but you can also glean the inspiration from the people that are in the room. And if you're listening to this podcast and you know that I've got a community of literally 1,500 fucking coaches, put yourself in the room. And I know for a fact that when you choose to go into the room, when you choose to be around people who are at that level, when you choose to just invest in yourself so that you can get the knowledge, get the insight, and get the inspiration from other people, that's when your business is going to fucking grow. And I know that because I've seen it with over 8,000 coaches that have been through my coaching program. All you have to do, the one decision that made me $25 million is the decision to put myself in the room. So today, I encourage you to make that decision, to put yourself in the room. And I understand the fears, the hesitations, the frustrations, the limiting beliefs that you're going to experience as a result of this because you're like, what if it doesn't work? What if I pay and I don't get my return? What if I put myself in the room and I fail? What if I'm not meant for it? What if I'm not qualified? What if I'm not worthy? What if I don't deserve it? All of these thoughts are valid, but you just have to make the decision on whether or not you're going to allow your excuses and limitations to hold you back from going after your fucking dreams. Because if 8,000 people have used the blueprint to get success, what makes you think that you're any different or any more special? That's it. That's all. I hope you guys have the best day of your entire life. The one decision that changed my fucking life was the decision to put myself in the room. So today, I encourage you to make that decision. Peace, love, protein. Have the best day of your entire life. Talk to you guys in the next episode. Let's go.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.